Have you ever wondered why you wake up at 2 or 3 a.m., night after night, even though you thought you were doing something healthy before bed? Many seniors in India tell me, "Doctor, I always drink a glass of water at night to stay hydrated, but still I can't sleep through." And here's the shocking truth. That very glass of plain water may be the reason your sleep keeps breaking. You see, water has no calming nutrients like magnesium, glycine, or tryptophan, the very ingredients your brain and body need to stay in deep, restorative sleep. Instead, it travels straight to your bladder, and after 60, the body's ability to hold water weakens. The bladder signals earlier, pulls you out of your dreams, and leaves you staring at the ceiling, unable to fall back asleep. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up drinking at night. You just have to be smarter by choosing the right kind of warm, nutrient-rich drinks. You can quiet your nerves, support your sleep hormones, and avoid those midnight bathroom trips. Imagine waking up refreshed, light, and energetic instead of tired and heavy. So, stay with me. Because in this video, I'll reveal 5 gentle drinks, simple, natural, and proven, that can help you sleep peacefully through the night, starting tonight. You may think it's just one harmless sip of water before bed, but after 60, that single sip could be the exact reason you keep waking up in the middle of the night. You see, after the age of 60, the body is not the same as it was before. The hormone that once helped you hold water through the night, the antidiuretic hormone, quietly declines year after year. At the same time, melatonin, the hormone that guides your sleep, becomes weaker. And to make matters worse, the bladder itself grows more sensitive with age. That means even a small amount of water, sometimes just a few sips, can send an urgent signal in the middle of the night. Think about it. How many times have you gone to bed peacefully, only to find yourself walking to the bathroom at 2 a.m., eyes half closed, struggling to get back to sleep? For many seniors I've spoken to in Delhi, Mumbai, and Chennai, this cycle feels endless. They drink water to stay healthy, but instead they wake up more tired the next day. But here's the truth. The problem is not water itself. It's the kind of water. Plain water brings no nutrients to calm your nerves, to warm your body, or to support your sleep hormones. That is why switching to a smarter drink, rich in gentle minerals and amino acids, can make the difference between a broken night and a peaceful one. So, if plain water is not the answer, what should you drink instead? Let's discover 5 simple, natural drinks that can help you sleep deeply through the night. Have you ever noticed how a simple cup of something warm can instantly calm the mind? That's exactly what Mr. Rao, a 68-year-old retired teacher from Kolkata, discovered not long ago. For years, he had been waking up at 2 or 3 a.m., his sleep broken by the constant urge to use the bathroom. He tried going to bed earlier, cutting back on tea, even avoiding water at night. Still, nothing worked. "I thought this was just part of getting old," he once said with a sigh. But the truth was, his body wasn't asking him to give up drinking before bed. It was asking him to drink smarter. That's when he tried something new. A small mug of warm, unsweetened almond milk before bedtime. It may sound ordinary, but what happens inside the body is anything but. Almond milk is rich in magnesium, a mineral that quietly relaxes tight muscles and eases the nervous system. Many seniors unknowingly run low on magnesium, which makes falling into deep sleep harder. Almond milk also carries tryptophan, an amino acid that the brain converts into serotonin and later melatonin, the very hormone that signals your body it's time to rest. At first, Mr. Rao was skeptical. Could something as simple as almond milk really help when all else had failed? Still, he gave it a try. Each evening, about an hour before bed, he gently warmed 120 to 150 milliliters of almond milk, sprinkled in a pinch of cinnamon for flavor, and sipped it slowly in his favorite chair. Within 2 weeks, he noticed something remarkable. His sleep grew deeper, the midnight awakenings reduced, and mornings felt lighter, more refreshing. He laughed and said, "It feels as if I'm 10 years younger. My nights are finally peaceful again." Science supports what Mr. Rao experienced. A study published in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences found that adults who drank almond milk twice daily for just 2 weeks increased their deep sleep time by an average of 22 minutes. They also woke up fewer times during the night and reported clearer energy the next morning. For older adults, especially those sensitive to lactose or with blood sugar concerns, almond milk offers another bonus. It is low in calories, doesn't spike glucose, and is gentle on digestion. So, if you often lie awake at night, restless or uneasy, consider this small change. Replace that plain glass of water with a warm cup of almond milk. Don't gulp it down. Sip slowly, breathe deeply, and let it become a calming ritual that signals your body it's time to rest. Sometimes, the path to better sleep isn't found in pills or drastic measures. It's hidden in the simplest of habits, one warm cup at a time. While almond milk gently nourishes the body, sometimes the real challenge isn't in the muscles or the bladder. It's in the mind. How often have you lain in bed, your body tired but your thoughts racing, replaying worries from the day or anxieties about tomorrow? This was exactly the struggle of Mrs. Meera, a 65-year-old grandmother from Pune. Every night she felt her body ready for rest, yet her mind refused to quiet down. She tried counting her breaths, switching off the lights earlier, even listening to the ticking of a clock. Still, her brain buzzed like it was daytime. "It felt like I was fighting with my own thoughts," she told me. The turning point came when her daughter suggested something her grandmother had once sworn by: a simple cup of chamomile tea. Chamomile tea may look like nothing more than a light golden drink, but inside those petals lies a compound called apigenin. This plant flavonoid gently binds to receptors in the brain responsible for relaxation, much like a key turning in a lock. When it does, anxiety slows, heart rate eases, and the nervous system shifts into rest mode. Within minutes, the eyelids grow heavy, thoughts begin to drift, and sleep feels closer. Mrs. Meera followed a small ritual each night, steeping 1 bag of dried chamomile in hot water for 7 minutes, letting the steam rise as she inhaled its warm, floral scent. She avoided sugar, sometimes adding just a thin slice of ginger for warmth. About an hour before bed, she would sit quietly, sipping slowly. Within a week, she noticed she fell asleep nearly 20 minutes faster. The number of times she woke up at night dropped significantly. "For the first time in years, I woke up feeling truly rested," she smiled. Science echoes her experience. A study published in the Journal of Advanced Nursing in 2015 found that older adults who drank chamomile tea nightly for 2 weeks showed clear improvements. They fell asleep faster, had fewer awakenings, and 80% reported deeper, more refreshing sleep the next morning. Unlike sleeping pills, which force drowsiness, chamomile works in harmony with the body, nudging it back toward its natural rhythm. For seniors in India, where herbal remedies have always held a place in tradition, chamomile offers both familiarity and gentle strength. It carries no caffeine, no harsh side effects, and it isn't habit-forming. Just one warm cup, sipped with patience, can quiet the restless mind. So if you find yourself wide awake at night, not from thirst but from thoughts, let chamomile tea be your companion. A humble flower that, when brewed with care, can whisper to your body and mind, "It's time to rest." If almond milk soothes the body and chamomile tea calms the mind, then coconut water has its own quiet magic. It restores balance deep inside, where our nerves and muscles quietly decide whether we rest peacefully or toss and turn through the night. In India, coconut water is often seen as a cooling summer drink, enjoyed straight from the shell on hot afternoons in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, or Goa. But few people realize that when used gently and at the right time, this familiar drink can help seniors sleep through the night without those frustrating interruptions. Consider the story of Mr. Iyer, a 70-year-old retired banker from Chennai. For months, he struggled with restless nights. Even on days when he drank very little before bedtime, he often woke up several times, pulled out of his dreams by an urgent bladder signal or painful leg cramps. "It felt as though my own body was sabotaging my rest," he admitted. The constant awakenings left him groggy, irritated, and drained the next morning. It was his grandson, then a young medical student, who reminded him of an old household wisdom. Try a small cup of lightly warmed coconut water before bed. At first, Mr. Iyer laughed. Coconut water was, in his mind, a beachside refreshment, not a sleep remedy. But with nothing to lose, he gave it a chance. The secret lies in the minerals naturally found in coconut water: potassium, magnesium, and a touch of sodium. These aren't just nutrients. They are electrolytes, the body's silent messengers. They keep electrical signals between nerves steady and prevent unwanted contractions of smooth muscles, including the bladder. When potassium is low, the bladder tends to spasm more frequently, sending urgent signals even when it isn't full. Magnesium, on the other hand, soothes tense muscles, reducing the chances of nighttime cramps that can jolt you awake. Mr. Iyer created a simple ritual. About an hour after dinner, he poured fresh coconut water into a cup, diluted it with an equal part of warm water, and sipped slowly, never more than 100 to 120 milliliters. He avoided drinking it cold or right before lying down, knowing that warmth relaxes the body and timing gives the bladder space to settle. Within a few nights, he noticed something unusual. The bathroom trips reduced, the leg cramps disappeared, and he woke up closer to sunrise instead of at midnight. "It felt as though my body had remembered how to rest," he said, his face glowing with relief. Science quietly confirms what Mr. Iyer felt. A study published in the Journal of Sleep Disorders Research in 2017 noted that seniors with low potassium levels experienced nearly 28% more nighttime urination and fragmented sleep compared to those with balanced electrolytes. Once their minerals were gently restored, sleep quality improved in just a week. Of course, coconut water isn't for everyone. Those with kidney conditions or who need to monitor potassium intake must be cautious. But for many healthy older adults, a small warmed portion, not too cold, not too much, offers a natural way to soothe the bladder, calm the nerves, and keep the night peaceful. So, the next time you find yourself waking from cramps, urgency, or unexplained restlessness, remember, the answer may not be in a pill, but in the humble coconut. Used with care, it has the power to turn long, restless nights into calm, restorative sleep. Stress, For many seniors, it's the invisible thief of sleep. Even when the bladder is calm, even when the body is tired, stress hormones like cortisol can keep the brain buzzing late into the night. This was the struggle of Mrs. Devi, a 66-year-old homemaker from Bangalore. Every evening she prepared for bed, but the moment her head touched the pillow, her mind refused to settle. Thoughts of her children's future, family finances, or even simple household worries kept circling in her head. I wasn't anxious in the usual sense, she explained, but it felt as though my brain couldn't switch off. Nights turned into hours of tossing and turning. By morning, her body ached, her patience ran thin, and her energy faded. The solution came from a recipe her mother once used, golden milk with a pinch of black pepper. Known in India for centuries as haldi doodh, golden milk is more than a comforting drink. It is medicine in a cup. The star ingredient, turmeric, contains curcumin, a powerful compound proven to regulate the stress response in the body. It helps calm the HPA axis, the communication between the brain, pituitary, and adrenal glands that controls cortisol. When this system is soothed, cortisol levels drop, heart rate slows, and the mind finally allows sleep to begin. But curcumin on its own is not easily absorbed. That's where black pepper plays a key role. Piperine, its active compound, increases curcumin absorption by up to 7 or 8 times. When combined with warm milk, whether almond, oat, or traditional cow's milk, the effect becomes stronger, faster, and more soothing. Mrs. Devi began her new ritual. Half a teaspoon of pure turmeric powder and a small pinch of freshly ground black pepper stirred into 150 milliliters of warm almond milk. She drank it about 1 hour before bedtime, never on a completely empty stomach, sipping slowly as she dimmed the lights and allowed her body to relax. Within a week, she noticed something remarkable. Her sleep deepened. The restless turning slowed. The joint aches that used to bother her at night eased as well. For the first time in months, she said, I woke up not just rested, but happy. Scientific studies mirror her experience. A 2019 trial published in Phytotherapy Research found that adults who consumed curcumin daily for 4 weeks saw their cortisol levels drop by an average of 23%. EEG scans confirmed that their deep sleep phases increased and overall sleep quality improved significantly. On top of that, turmeric is also known to reduce inflammation, ease joint pain, and support overnight recovery, all benefits that seniors deeply value. For countless Indian households, haldi doodh is a tradition passed down through generations. But when paired with a little black pepper and taken as a nightly ritual, it transforms into a natural sleep remedy that rivals modern solutions. Unlike sleeping pills, it doesn't force drowsiness or create dependency. Instead, it guides the body back into balance, making restful nights a natural outcome once more. So, if stress or hidden worries are the reasons you can't sleep, remember the golden wisdom in your own kitchen. A warm cup of golden milk with black pepper may be all it takes to quiet the mind, calm the body, and welcome back the peaceful sleep you deserve. Sometimes the biggest problem is not falling asleep, but waking up in the morning still feeling heavy, stiff, and unrefreshed. Many seniors tell me, I did sleep, but I don't feel rested. This was exactly the struggle of Mr. Sharma, a 72-year-old retired engineer from Delhi. Despite going to bed early, he often woke up with aching joints, sore muscles, and a foggy mind. His nights were restless, and mornings felt more like a burden than a new beginning. I thought maybe this is just what aging means, he confessed. But what he didn't know was that his body was missing something vital: glycine, an amino acid found richly in gelatin and bone broth. Unlike water, which passes quickly through the body, gelatin carries glycine, a compound that works quietly on the nervous system. Glycine helps slow the heart rate, gently lowers core body temperature, and increases the slow brain waves linked to deep, restorative sleep. In fact, a study published in Neuropsychopharmacology in 2007 found that just 3 grams of glycine taken before bed helped older adults fall into deeper sleep, wake up less often, and most importantly, feel more refreshed in the morning. But the benefits go beyond sleep. Gelatin and bone broth are also natural sources of collagen, proline, and minerals that support joint flexibility, muscle repair, and skin health. For seniors, whose natural collagen production declines with age, this nighttime nourishment becomes a powerful ally in recovery. Mr. Sharma began experimenting with a simple nightly habit. Instead of reaching for plain water, he stirred 1 teaspoon of unflavored gelatin into 120 milliliters of warm water, letting it dissolve fully. On some nights, he replaced this with a cup of gently simmered, low-sodium bone broth. He drank it about 45 minutes before bed, sipping slowly, allowing warmth to spread through his body. Within days, he noticed something surprising. Not only did he wake up fewer times during the night, but his morning stiffness began to ease. It was as if my body had finally been given the chance to heal while I slept, he said, his voice full of relief. For those who prefer bone broth, the key is to keep it light, warm, not boiling, and never too salty or thick. Drinking it alone, without heavy food, allows better absorption. For gelatin, the process is even simpler. Just dissolve and sip. Both provide the same gift: glycine that helps the body transition naturally into the deep stages of sleep without forcing drowsiness. Unlike sleeping pills, which often leave seniors groggy or dependent, gelatin and bone broth gently support what the body is already designed to do: rest, repair, and restore. For Mr. Sharma, this small nightly ritual transformed his outlook. I no longer fear bedtime, he smiled. It has become my favorite time of day, a time for healing. So, if you wake up feeling as though sleep never truly restored you, consider this humble yet powerful choice. A warm cup of gelatin or bone broth may not sound glamorous, but it carries the wisdom of nature. Just one small ritual can help your body remember how to rest deeply, repair itself, and greet the morning with clarity and strength. By now, you've learned that the type of drink you choose at night can make all the difference. But here's the secret many people miss. It's not only what you drink, but also how and when you drink it. Even the healthiest nighttime beverage can backfire if taken in the wrong way. Let me tell you about Mrs. Gupta, a 69-year-old grandmother from Lucknow. She heard about almond milk helping with sleep, and she started drinking a large glass right before bed. At first, she was hopeful, but within 2 nights, she was waking up even more often to use the bathroom. Frustrated, she thought, "This doesn't work for me." But the problem wasn't the almond milk, it was how she was drinking it. So, how can you make these drinks truly work for you? Let's break it down into 5 simple but powerful habits. 1. Keep it small, not large. Your bladder is more sensitive after 60, and it doesn't take much to trigger it. You don't need a big glass. 100 to 150 milliliters is enough. 1 spoon of gelatin in warm water, half a cup of almond milk, or a small cup of chamomile tea is all your body needs. More liquid won't help you sleep better. It will only force you awake earlier. 2. Timing is everything. Don't wait until you are already in bed to drink. Treat it as part of a relaxing evening ritual. Aim for 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime. This window gives your body time to process the liquid, your bladder time to empty, and your mind time to settle. Mrs. Gupta learned this the hard way. When she shifted her almond milk to an hour before bed, her awakenings reduced dramatically. 3. Choose nutrient-rich, not liquid-heavy. The goal is not to flood your stomach, but to nourish your system. Drinks like golden milk, gelatin, or almond milk are thicker and packed with nutrients. They stay longer in the tissues, gently hydrating muscles and nerves instead of rushing to the bladder. If you enjoy lighter drinks like tea or coconut water, take them earlier in the evening, ideally before 7 p.m. 4. Empty the bladder with intention. It may sound simple, but creating a habit of going to the bathroom right after finishing your drink is a game changer. Your bladder has a kind of memory, and when you help it rebuild a regular rhythm, your body slowly relearns to hold water overnight without urgent signals. Seniors who practice this regularly often report longer stretches of uninterrupted sleep. 5. Sip slowly. Breathe deeply. Don't gulp down your drink in a rush. Spread it over 10 to 15 minutes. Take small sips and breathe evenly. This not only helps absorption, but also prevents your bladder from being shocked by sudden intake. Think of it as a mindful ritual. Each sip calming your nerves, each breath guiding your body toward rest. And one final tip: test each drink 1 week at a time. Everyone's body responds differently. In week 1, try almond milk. In week 2, switch to chamomile. In week 3, experiment with golden milk. By the end of the month, you'll know exactly which one works best for your unique body without confusion. Remember, nighttime peace doesn't come from drinking more, but from drinking smarter. You don't need to give up your favorite evening ritual. You just need to adjust it. With the right amount, the right timing, and the right patience, you can transform restless nights into long, uninterrupted sleep. As Mrs. Gupta now says with a smile, "I no longer fear the night. My cup is small, but it brings me big rest." And the same can be true for you. Sleep after 60 can feel like a puzzle. For some, it's the endless bathroom trips. For others, it's the restless mind that won't switch off. And for many, it's the aching body that refuses to heal during the night. But as we've discovered together, the answer doesn't always lie in expensive pills or complicated treatments. Sometimes it lies in something as simple as the cup you hold in your hands before bed. Think back to the 5 drinks we've explored. Almond milk, with its magnesium and tryptophan, quietly teaching the body how to relax. Chamomile tea, whispering to the anxious mind that it's time to rest. Coconut water, restoring balance in the nerves and muscles so they no longer pull you awake. Golden milk with black pepper, lowering the silent grip of stress hormones and easing joint pain. And finally, gelatin or bone broth, rich in glycine, guiding the body into true, deep recovery. Each of these drinks is more than a recipe. Each one is a reminder that nature, when used with wisdom, can still care for us even in our later years. But here's the most important truth. What matters is not perfection, but consistency. You don't need to try them all at once. Choose one. Try it for a week. Notice how your body responds. Give it time. Healing, especially at night, is gentle work. It doesn't come from force. It comes from rhythm. Let me share one more story. Mr. Patel, a 74-year-old from Ahmedabad, once told me he felt hopeless about his nights. "Doctor," he said, "I thought my best sleep was behind me." He had tried medications, strict routines, even gave up his beloved evening tea. Nothing worked, but when he replaced his plain water with a small warm drink, sometimes almond milk, sometimes golden milk, everything changed. Slowly, his nights stretched longer, his mornings felt lighter, and his hope returned. "Now," he smiled, "I wake up with gratitude, not frustration." That is the gift these small habits can bring, not just sleep, but dignity, comfort, and joy. So, what about you? Tonight, when the day winds down and the house grows quiet, what will you choose? Will it be a warm cup of almond milk, a gentle chamomile tea, or perhaps the golden glow of turmeric and pepper? Whatever you pick, let it be your signal, a message to your body that says, "It is safe now. It is time to rest." And remember, this is not about giving up water or fearing the night. It is about learning to listen to your body in a new way. After 60, the rules of health may change, but the promise of restful sleep is still yours to claim. So start small. Sip slowly. Build your own ritual. Share your journey with your loved ones, because your story might inspire another senior to find their peace at night. Above all, hold on to hope, because no matter your age, no matter your struggles, your body still remembers how to sleep deeply, heal fully, and wake with clarity. All it takes is the right support, the right rhythm, and sometimes just one small cup at the right time. Tonight could be the beginning of that change for you. So tell me, what will you pour into your cup?